Hello, everybody, and welcome to Summerween. Ooh. It's another episode of CLX Foundry Live. I'm your host, DJ Blue PDX. Joining me live from our studios in Wichita, Kansas, which is about to be haunted, because it usually always happens, is our lead technical expert, Paul Steffens, and our master builder, Zach Killingsworth. Gentlemen, tell me when the lights start flickering.
We will.
So far, this has been on a for time. Mm-hmm. It has. That is so weird because my output hasn't changed. Well, see, that's what's happening. I talked about the Oracle. Oracle screws me up. Mm-hmm. That's what's happening. Yep. So, anyways, it is. I believe this still the top requested case design, and it's fantastic. It's absolutely beautiful. They're going to show it to you in just a second. So yeah, Summerween. So, boys, let's check it out.
Yeah, so we're building one of our oracles today. Like DJ said, this is our most requested print design by far. It's only here for a limited time, just like in the spooky season. So if you want it, now is your time. But we're going to be building one of these today. So going inside of it, starting out with our processor, we've got the AMD Ryzen 7 9700X. To cool that, we've got our Tri-X Panorama SE360 RGB liquid cooler in black. For our motherboard, we've got the ASRock Phantom Gaming B850 Riptide with the Wi-Fi 7 on board. And for our memory, we've got 2 sticks of XPG 16GB DDR5 6000 speed. We're going to be using a 2 terabyte MSI Spatium NVMe drive for storage, and our video card is going to be a Radeon RX 9070 XT from ASRock, that Challenger edition you see at the top. We got 10 of our case fans going inside of this, and it's all going to be powered by 850 watt Game Disc Helios P2 80 plus gold power supply.
All right. So, what we get. Let's hope so. All right. If you guys want to show them the panels, this is one of my favorite designs that has ever been done. Kyle and Nicole rocked it on this one. That back panel is just legit.
So this is a Horus case. We also have the Raws and the Sets and the Scarabs. So, and the Hathor that used to be around.
Mm-hmm.
Nicely done. All right, so a lot of you are going to be here and going to be wondering, hey, by the way, what about the giveaway? Well, I'll tell you how to find out more about that giveaway. It's exclamation giveaway, and you get all the information right there. If you're looking for codes, listen to carefully. Codes. Oops, what happened? Codes come in multiple different forms. You can find them on our channel here. You can find them on our channel over on TikTok. It's people. I jinxed it. You can also find them on our social media. That is YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, and Threads at CLX Gaming. You might even find them in our Discord at discord.gg/CLX Gaming. And you can also find them on my streams, which is just twitch.tv/DJPDX. So, there we go. Now, let's get started with our build and pray to God the whole place doesn't go. I'm waiting. I'm honestly waiting for one of these days for the camera to actually pick up a ghost and all of us freak out.
I'll get the vacuum.
Because it's from hell. Okay. So hello everybody, by the way, Joey Wills, I see you're in here. Nicole, we know Nicole's here. Cosworth, Smokey, Netrunner. I almost said Nutrunner and then realized that was Netrunner, but I said it anyways just for fun. Let's see here. Staying with Josh. Well, I honestly, Josh is a nice person. We should always stay with him. Code Nombuck says, hey, y'all, I love my new rig. Yes! New rig love. Don't forget, put a picture of it in the Discord, please. All right, now what Zach's holding up there is our motherboard, and this is going to be an ASRock B850 Riptide Wi-Fi 7, and this board's actually pretty awesome, just all the way around. Let's take a look at that connectivity for it. All right, starting at the top, we've got, well, actually, I'm just going to read the list right here. We've got our HDMI ports at the very top, and then we've got our 2 antenna ports. You're going to see your BIOS flashback button there. And then there's going to be 4 USB 2 ports. And then you've got 2 USB 3.2 Gen 2 Type A ports. That's 10 gigs up and down. You've also got 3, and then you've got 2 USB Gen 2 Type C ports, which is also 10 gigs up and down. And then you've got 3 USB Gen 3.2 Gen 1 Type A ports. I'm just going to give you a lot of speed. Plus, you've got your RJ45 LAN. Nice. And your sound button thing. Yep. Spiff. You know what's wild is how good it still sounds. Like, I'm very fortunate to have that on my Mixamp Pro, and then can plug it out from my PC into the Mixamp Pro. It sounds wonderful. Kili Kanwan. Hello. All right. First up, we're going to put something in here to make it think. That is going to be an AMD Ryzen 7 9700X. Now, this is on the upper end when it comes to processors. So, Paul, tell us a little bit about this.
So this is an 8-core, 16-thread processor from AMD. It's got a base speed of 3.8, and it can boost all the way up to 5.5. Very good gaming processor here.
And if you are a first-time builder of... What's up, Chris Lancer? How's it going? Godly also there. What up? If you're a first-time builder... Any tips, Zach, when it comes to installing the CPU, because it is possible to screw it up?
Yes, so every processor chip, doesn't matter if we're looking at a red one or a blue one, they are all keyed and can only go in the proc slot one way. So as long as we look for a nice little gold triangle silk screened on our motherboard and that nice little triangle, little gold corner on our processor, we will not fault when installing it.
There we go. Slaying with Josh. I'm kind of interested who this Josh feller is. There we go. Now it's fixed.
Okay.
Okay. If you're going to be doing it for the first time, make sure you pull off all the points. He's just got the drill.
My desk is getting dirty over here. My sarcophagus desk.
Oh my gosh, we got a subscription from Prime with Rambo Devils. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, as you notice, Zach's been taking a couple things off of the motherboard and putting something else on there. So there are different mounting bracket styles for different things. And these are going to be the AMDs, like you mentioned.
Correct.
Any tips on installing those? And are those the same across all AIOs or no?
They will differ from AIO to AIO. Some might be pretty similar, but one thing that we do want to do is we want to just double check our user manual and make sure everything is okay with that we are like installing the right equipment. Sometimes, like Intel has a lot of different chipsets, so you really want to be extra cautious to make sure that you install the proper equipment with whatever chipset you are playing with.
Now, once we get everything mounted, then comes the joy of figuring out how we're going to cool this thing. And that is going to be with our CPU cooler, which is a Tri-X 360 Panorama SE in black. And this is... Again, I think this goes down as our favorite AIO because of the screen. It's got a wraparound corner screen. You can either do it top to bottom or you can do it side to side. And with the Oracle build, my God, the options in there just give it eyeballs or just a horrible mouth with tons of fangs. That would also be cool. Now, to put the AIO on, obviously, you just plop the pump down, so long as it has something called thermal paste. So, what does thermal paste do, guys?
Thermal paste provides good heat transfer between the processor and the cooler. So you definitely want to have that. It's more of a solid when your system's not on, but it definitely becomes more fluid when everything's running and hot.
There you go. Chat, by the way, we've got our first code of the day. It's CLX RIW4. That is CLX dash. And then you've got an R like Romeo, I like Indigo, W like Whiskey, and the number 4. There you go. Guys, the steam machine uses the sodium type DDR5, and from shopping for extra RAM, they appear to be the same speed. Is there anything else I need to look out for? Ooh, good question.
So with RAM, you definitely want to make sure it's the same model, same speed, obviously same generation. You can get away without it being like that, but that's what I'd recommend. I don't know if you're going to be able to find what they're putting in there, like just available for regular consumers to buy. So maybe wait till you get it, take the RAM out that's in it, see if you can find the exact model with the same timings and all that. Then you could always just maybe resell what's in there, buy a kit that's got 2 sticks or something like that, and just upgrade. Or you could buy 1 stick and just throw it in there and see what happens.
There you go.
And remember, that is sodium, so that is different than just
Regular sticks.
RAMMs.
Yep, it's the laptop memory. It's way shorter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So real quick, what you just saw Zach doing was, I guess, positioning the power cable for the pump. Anything to keep in mind on when you're doing that?
The one thing that we don't want to do is we want to make sure that this cable does not touch our processor. It is okay to loop it underneath our little posts. We just don't want to pull it tight and have it get on that processor. The processor does one thing very well, and that's getting hot. And rubber does one thing very well, and that's melting with heat. So don't want to cross those things.
It smells so wonderful when that happens. Mm-hmm. Said no one ever. Now, we've got to give some RAM going on here, and that is going to be the 2 sticks of 16 gig XPG DDR5 6000 in black that you saw him position in there when you install it. Make sure you're going with the rows 2 and 4, not 1 and 3. 2 and 4 is the first ones to populate. And as we're looking down here, what you saw Zach moving the label for was the basically the heat sink for the hard drive, which is not a hard drive, it's a solid state, it's an M.2. It is actually going to be, a 1 terabyte Team Group 650 NVMe M.2, and these are great. Just stick it in, and there you go. So what happens if your board doesn't have a heatsink?
It's okay. Yeah, you definitely don't need one on there. I think it's more of an aesthetic thing on some of these boards, especially Gen 4 and lower NVMe's. So yeah, I wouldn't worry about it if you don't have one. You don't need to buy like an aftermarket one or anything like that.
And one thing we didn't really talk about is what an AIO is. And a lot of people know, but there are some people who just aren't aware yet. And so let's talk about that. What does an AIO do, and how many different ways are there to cool a CPU?
So an AIO is what cools your processor. That's what we're installing right here. It is a closed loop liquid cooling system. So this comes out of the box with fluid already in it. You just plug in the pump, install the fans like you see Zach doing right now, and you're good to go. I highly recommend going with an AIO if you're building one at home. They're super easy to install. They'll come with a few different sets of hardware to match the different Intel and AMD sockets. You just grab the right hardware, install the fans, and plug everything in. They're all a little bit different. So if you're buying like a really high-end one with screens and monitors and stuff like that, expect to have some more cables for RGB and stuff like that. Or there's really simple ones that just have one cable coming out of the pump that you plug into the AIO fan header, and you're good to go after that. So.
Blamey. There we are. Now, when you are putting your radiator together, obviously you're going to need to have some fans on there. If you've got a 360, which is 3 fans deep, you're going to need 3 fans. So when it comes to putting them on, how do you know which side to put them on and which direction to aim the air?
So if you're only putting fans on one side of the radiator, the ideal way is to have them where they are pushing air through. So the way that Zach's got these fans installed, you can't see the fan grills. That means that this is the intake side. So air is going to be coming into the fan that you can see, pushing it through the radiator and out the top of the case. So this is called the push method. If we had them set up in the reverse way, that would be the pull method, which also works, but it doesn't provide as great of cooling as the push method does. And there's always installing fans on both sides using the push-pull method.
And that's kind of case specific.
Yeah,
right?
you got to have a pretty good size case because you're adding fans to one side, which is going to make your setup quite a bit wider. And most cases are designed for it just to be an AIO with fans on one side.
And I can confirm that the push-pull does an incredible job of cooling. If you've got a system that's got space, worth it. It becomes very thick. Yes, absolutely. Like that's my AIO right there. It's up and down, not on the top. We've got 3 fans on front, 3 fans on back. 13 fans total in that thing. Now, with regards to fans, with regards to our fans, though, we're using 10 Game DS Aeolus 120 millimeter black RGBs. Now, these are great because they have really great color. The rims light up, the blades light up. It's cool. Noble TV in the house. What up, dude? How are you? Angry Wizard over there. Hi. How's it going? Love the Yankees hat, by the way.
Thank you, brother. This is their World Series hat from, the 98, I want to say? Yep, 98. Baby.
Oh, wow. Wow.
I was a huge Yankees fan back in the day. I don't watch as much baseball anymore, but growing up, obviously, they had Jeter. Jorge Posada was the catcher. They had Mariano Rivera, who was like the best reliever of all time.
Who's
Giambi. A-Rod, Alex Rodriguez. He went to the Yankees for a while. I'm not really a huge A-Rod fan, but he's a very good player. Yeah.
Are they still married? Probably not.
I don't know.
Don't know why I'm asking. I'll stop talking.
So, by the way, Purgy says, holy moly, nice sleeve tattoos. And Purgy's, hi. How are you?
Hey, thanks, Purgies.
Great.
He's talking about
Noble and Purgy,
Yeah.
great content creators.
I feel like I remember seeing Purgies at the events, right?
I think so.
On the Dream Hacks and stuff.
Possibly,
like
yeah. Oh, no. Purgy's, well, maybe, possibly. I don't know.
Maybe I'm thinking
Not
of
we're
someone
trying to get
else.
them.
But anyways, thank you.
Get them out too.
Purgies.
Let's see. Codomic says, speaking of fans, if I use the remote from my machine and make the fans white, they spin up faster than other colors. Interesting.
Well, hello. Yeah.
Are they Game DS fans?
What was the? Speaking of fans, if I use the remote for my machine, they spin up faster than other colors.
I do agree with that because Lin Lee does have like warnings on their light strips that if you do have it set to white at above 70% like brightness, they can get so hot that they recommend having superior airflow in the machine so that it doesn't boil itself down. So
Yeah.
maybe other companies have, just like if you set it to white, we're raising it by 15% speed.
Yeah, the strimmer cables, right?
Yeah.
They specifically say
Yeah.
don't put them at all white.
Yeah. Let's see here. J-Man, what's going on? Welcome to the show. Glad to have you here. First time chatter. Are you guys Marvel fans? I'm going to say we've got a pretty good fandom on both sides for Marvel and DC.
Yeah, I like
They're
Marvel
RGB
stuff.
yes.
I'm not like super into it, but
Yeah,
already
Batman's
that's a
pretty
funny comment. Yeah.
Codomics mentions, I assumed it was the fact that all LEDs being on for white, it was dramatically louder. White is boring. No, but it's because of the MTG set. I'm a Marvel enemy. Got it. There we go. I don't have R, G, and B. What's the point of it? The PC? Noble. Because it looks rad. Makes a great background. Hello, Spike. Welcome in. Glad to have you here. All right, now we're getting this. Any tips or tricks when it comes to where to and how to mount your radiator in the process of things?
You always want your radiator above the pump, and if the whole thing can't be above there, at least get the part where the hoses go into the radiator. This part right here, at least get that above the pump. That's ideal. Now, it's not going to break anything if you've got it below. There's just always a small amount of air inside these AIOs, so you want to prevent that from getting into the pump. Like I said, if it happens, it's not going to destroy your system, but you'll find some dude on Reddit talking about how it's going to break everything, and because they built one computer, you know, and it happened. It's a lot different working in the industry and being around this stuff like daily.
See, what happens is the machine knows it's going to overheat, and so it does it. Mm-hmm. It stops from doing it.
Yep.
The just to respond to something, and Noble, yeah, like my streaming PC doesn't have any RGB anything in it. It is just it is a basic. Actually, I think the RAM might have been light up, but other than that, nothing. Let's see here. Definitely will do that. Cause Marvel heroes are better, DC villains are better, and just so we're clear, I classify Carnage as a hero. Scarecrow in the house. Look at the man. This is the guy who designed who helped design the thing that we're building right now.
I like
he and
that
Nicole
tape.
put this together, and it was a badass job. I'm mostly just making jokes, but yeah, I mean, like the colors.
Oh, man, that front panel.
Yeah.
Marvel
Yeah.
villains are kind
Yep.
of
They're.
I couldn't tell
Yeah.
you who's in who.
Yeah. Batman, basically Justice League is DC.
I could not tell you who's in
Yeah.
the Justice
What?
League, Paul.
Superman,
Batman,
Green
Superman,
Lantern.
Wonder Woman,
There's
Green Lantern,
Fantastic
Aquaman.
Four.
Fantastic
There's
Four is
Tobey Maguire.
Marvel. All
There's
Spider-Man's
Andrew
Marvel.
Tobey
Garfield.
Maguire, shut up.
There's that one kid who they played as Nathan Drake, and all I could literally see was just Spider-Man dressed like Nathan
Yeah.
Drake.
Garth
It's like,
Brooks.
this is
Yes.
terrible. Sorry.
His name is Tom Holland.
Oh man. Thomas Holland.
Three great iterations of Spider-Man. You know, since because I saw the first ones, the Sam Raimi films with Tobey Maguire, and I'll say this, and people might disagree with me.
Worst movie
I
ever.
think Tobey Maguire made a good Peter Parker. I thought he was a terrible Spider-Man. I think Andrew.
Maybe that's why I don't
Andrew
like
was-
superhero movies.
Well, Andrew was great. Andrew Garfield was great at Spider-Man, but a little too cool for school when it comes to Peter Parker. Tom Holland does it equally, and is great on both sides. I think that's why he has made such a difference with the role.
So I watched Spider-Man 2. I think that's why I only watched the second Spider-Man. I saw it in theaters. I can't tell you what was going on because apparently I got there so late that I literally had to sit in the front row on the very edge.
Oh.
So like I'm like this
You were watching it like
on
Spider-Man.
the big screen, and I'm like I can't see.
Oh my God,
Two-thirds of
that
the
just
screen
kills.
on what's going on, so I'm just not going to pay attention to this movie, and I think that's why I don't care that much for
That's fair.
superheroes movies, is because I had a bad experience watching one.
Well, they got some of them on Netflix now, so you can watch them from the comfort of your couch.
That's too much work.
The Tom Holland ones, I would say, are worth watching. The other ones,
The
Yeah,
Tom
they're-
Holland
they're
ones?
okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Those
those
the day I
those are
die.
Yep.
Okay.
yeah.
And
It's
they
something
are a
about-
Which is-
couple.
I don't know.
They're married now.
Oh,
They
they
did. They
kids?
got Yep.
Yeah, we'll
They
see.
finally got married.
kids can get married in today's world.
It's Hollywood.
It's crazy.
They'll be divorced
that's
by
true.
the end of next year, unfortunately.
And I don't think so. I think the moment they fell in love was during the lip sync battle.
Okay.
They, okay.
she did Bruno
spoiler
Mars
alerts.
and he
You're
did
doing
Umbrella.
spoiler alerts now. We don't.
Well,
Yeah,
I wish
it was-
them the best. But
It's the #1 most watched episode for their show, which is crazy. I hate when people want to sit close to the theater screen. I agree. Like how, I don't even know why they have seats down there
Yeah.
because you can't possibly even see everything at once.
Yeah, and that's what
It
was
just breaks
so
your neck.
frustrating.
yeah, I remember always wanting to sit in the front as a kid. I cannot believe that now.
I blame my friends that I went with because I think that's what happened was, how high school is you go with a group of friends And me being the introvert that I am, there wasn't enough seats to sit in the group.
Oh, okay. So like, I'll just go sit over here.
I'll be over here. You guys have fun, and I'll be over here. So.
All right. Now, retired U.S. Air Force gamer. Hats off to you, U.S. Navy here, and our other Air Forces right here as well.
Hello.
Yeah.
That's the gamer tag, retired Air Force gamer.
That's the way to do it.
I'm surprised anybody got that. Thought that wasn't taken, but nice.
Yeah, I think it was great. Let's see here.
Oh yeah, was Odyssey good? Did anybody watch Odyssey?
Oh, I keep hearing bad things about it.
I mean, it looks.
I've heard mixed
like
reviews.
It could be amazing, but I could also see it flopping.
All I know is Hollywood just needs to save Matt Damon.
Save him.
That's all they need to do. Just bring him back. Just bring him home.
I've been mad at Matt Damon since I rewatched Interstellar.
Oh yeah. He's not good in Interstellar.
He's a meanie in Interstellar.
Well.
He's a, yeah. So stay clear of that debate, boys.
Oh yeah, that's right. He is in Interstellar because I just keep thinking of what's the other one? The Mars.
Matthew
one.
McConaughey.
No.
Mark Wahlberg.
The Mars one.
Oh, the Mars one.
Yeah, the one where it goes to Mars.
I just keep thinking of
the
Martian.
Martian.
But yeah. I keep forgetting that he is the twat in Interstellar.
But and also other thing to keep in mind.
I was alone. I lied. Well, I'm gonna kick you off the wall.
He's Jason Bourne.
Yeah. I was sad.
Oh my God.
So I put the entire Earth's existence at jeopardy because I was sad.
Yeah.
Scarecrow mentions I can't do IMAX or old theaters. I'm spoiled by recliners and bass. Yes, I hear you on that one. Pergy, yeah, the eye strain was the other thing that I noticed. Because I was in the third row and I'm just trying to catch everything that's going on the screen, and it almost made me sick. It was kind of nuts. Yes, it's a he is Jason Bourne.
I don't know if it's. I guess it's not the Warren anymore, but whatever it is, what is it? Regal?
Well, yeah.
Whatever, the downtown one, they have like the director's suite, and it's just like it's a good size thing. It's not near as big as a movie theater, but it's just like 8 rows of pairs of like really nice recliners that can lean back.
Nice.
It is the way.
Yeah, those are the theaters to go to.
It is very nice.
Real quick. Correct. What I had said during that bleep was AMD-DQS4. It's another code.
Oh shoot! Code in the house.
That was a lot louder than I meant it. Yeah. So it's AMD-DQ. That is Delta Quadrant S4 Sierra 4. That is where we're worth 100 extra entries. So the CLX codes are worth 50. The AMD ones are worth 100, and the Dream codes are worth 200 extra entries.
Remember the Alamo.
Went to Texas. Yeah. Oh, what was it? Texas Alamo.
Don't mess with them.
Whatever that theater system is, they're incredible.
Alamo Draft
Absolutely
House.
incredible. There we go. Yep. Man, I used to go to the director's suite when it was still the Warren. They've ruined it since it went to Regal. Oh God, yes. AMC with Dolby is the way to go. Yeah. Okay, so we had a thing called Cinetopia here. I don't know if you guys have ever heard Cinetopia, but Cinetopia was a full-on restaurant with like 9 and theaters that are all IMAX capable, and your seating is these comfy recliners, and you could actually order food, and they will bring it to you.
I was like,
yeah,
you eat during the
morning. Yep.
It's grand, and I love it. And that is, I got spoiled with that, and then some stupid reason, I'm gonna do my best not to swear. AMC bought them out.
Dude, you need to get
and has done nothing with them.
Yeah, the AMC theater here is pretty sweet.
Yeah. Well, apparently they do like a subscription type thing where it's like, I don't know how much, but unlimited movies.
Okay. They gotta stay afloat, man.
Codenomics.
The theaters are on their last leg.
Yeah, they are.
They gotta charge you $20 for a pretzel just to stay
Lord.
alive.
Right. Now, Codenomics mentions Alamo Draft House used to have have movie parties, and they were amazing. Took my kid to see Holy Grail, and people were encouraged to quote along, and they gave out coconut halves to everyone.
Ooh, our Orpheum's opening back up. Finally, it's been closed down for a year for remodeling, and apparently John Legend is going to be opening it back up.
Ooh.
I don't know who that is.
And
all I know is he's like a bougie blues R&B type player. I think he's married to Mary J. Blige.
Oh, okay.
he's a composer. He's big.
I don't know.
Scarecrow mentions. Yes, and Scarecrow mentioned that that's how you feel about Regal.
John Legend?
I don't feel like there's enough bleeping opportunities for me to really go into what I feel about Regal. That is.
They don't give out popcorn buckets anymore. They're cheap little bags. It's annoying.
Yeah.
I want my bucket back.
You get your special limited edition bucket whenever there's a new movie that comes out, and then you have to spend $20 just for the bucket and another $20 to fill it up.
Yeah, Chrissy Teigen. That's who.
I didn't know that. John. I thought John. You said Johnny Legend. No. I just thought it was not John Legend. I thought the guy's name was like Johnny Legend, but you were okay. He's coming to the Org. He's pretty big. He's a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a pretty big deal.
Call me Kevin Fan. Welcome.
Maybe he's not a big deal anymore. I don't know.
Real quick, I just want to cover, since we're talking about all the things, but what's going on here. And so Zach is putting in the 10th fan. Now that means this is going to have 6 fan intakes that are going to be pulling air from the outside, and 4 as an exhaust, and that's going to cause a little thing called positive pressure environment. Paul, explain why that's necessary, or why that's a good thing.
Sure. So positive pressure means that we have more air coming into the system than we do leaving it. We want that because all the air that's coming in is going to go through the right filtrations. We've got dust filters on the bottom. There's a good mesh screen on the back. We want the air to be filtered. That way it doesn't fill up with dust and pet hair and whatever. If we had more air leaving the case than coming in, so more exhaust than we had intake, so it would create a vacuum inside the machine. And that would cause dust and pet hair, all that stuff, to just get sucked in through all the little cracks and crevices and holes that you see. So it wouldn't break our system again, but it's good practice to have your system set up in a positive pressure way.
I want to say hello to David Friedman over there on the red side, Slick Chris, and we got a question coming in from Slick Chris. Is when is the winner announced? So if you take a look, when you click the link, it'll say how many days are left in the giveaway. And then the first Tuesday following that was when we usually do the announcement. And that will be, you do not have to be on stream in the chat to win. You do not. You will be, whoever the winner is will get an email. They'll have 24 hours to respond, or else it gets re-rolled. Tommy Kevin says, not available in my region, just my luck. Dang.
PSA, by the way, I've been getting iced coffee from Quick Trip. It's like $2.50 to $3 for like a medium. I went in with this, filled it up with iced coffee. This is a 40-ounce thing. I just checked. It was $1.
Because you brought your own cup.
Because I brought my own cup. I didn't know you could do that, even for a coffee.
Oh, yeah.
So if you live near a Quick Trip, bring your own stuff. I still have iced coffee from like 7 a.m.
Dude,
it's still cold. Well, shoot, I'm almost out.
The best is like when you go into McDonald's in the morning and the old dudes are there and they have the little plastic McDonald's coffee cups from
the 70s or whatever.
40s. And you're like, bro.
When plastic was first invented.
Yeah.
I'm filled
There's
with
got to be some forever plastics in there.
It's what's holding me together.
Dude, yeah, that was before forever plastics.
Oh, my Lord.
They were macro plastics back then.
Okay, so we've got all this done, and we'll take a look at the cable management going on in the back here in just a little bit. But we have something else to unbox.
We got, look at this thing.
That's not the
I'm
box.
gonna unbox it like a maniac.
Oh yeah, it is.
Are you ready?
I thought
for
it was.
this? Watch this.
It's Christmas, baby. It's Summerween, baby.
It is a Radeon RX 9070 XT. It's got 16 gigs of VRAM. Tell us a little bit about this when it comes to where it sits in their lineup.
All right, so Radeon RX 9070 XT. If you guys have been watching the show, we have been promoting this card and shouting its praises for a long time. This is the best bang for your buck card out on the market right now. The game's great. It's obviously, like a 5090 is obviously going to perform better, but you're going to pay through the nose for that. So best bang for your buck graphics card is this right here. Now this is the ASRock Challenger model. They do make this one in white as well, so if you have a white themed going on, you might be able to get one. We started out with like hundreds of those white ones. We had really good stock. They all sold out. So the white ones might be kind of hard to get, but yeah, great card. 2 810s for our power. This is obviously a triple fan model. These do come in a dual fan as well. But yeah, just a great card. 2 slotters, 3 DisplayPort, 1 HDMI. Can't recommend this card enough.
And just as for those of you who are going to be building your own system in the event that when you pull out your graphics card, a couple of things to keep in mind. There are plastic.
Come off easy.
Oh, thank God.
The I've been scratching P&Y ones.
The sticker
so
covers.
long.
Yeah.
My nails hurt.
Take them all off. Yeah, is that a 9070 XT? That is a 9070 XT.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's Hashim! Hello. Good morning. So make sure you take all the plastics off of and I mean, look carefully. They're oftentimes in spots you don't really think they would be in, because once that thing gets heated up, you don't want those still attached to the card for obvious reasons, and you don't want to make it smell like you just set something on fire. So are you going to install a PC into that GPU? Basically.
Correct, Mundo.
Okay. Now, as far as weight matters, this is a triple card, obviously, and different manufacturers have different size cooling systems on there. So, how does that one feel as far as the heatsink in comparison?
I mean, it's got some weight to it for sure. Being a triple fan model, it's got the larger heatsink. So I would say if you've got an anti-sag bracket built into your case, use it. I wouldn't say it's definitely required, so if you don't worry about it. But it does have a little bit of weight to it.
Okay, so that means we're probably going to need... We'll talk about that once we get it installed. Right now, we're going to be taking up our ASRock 850 watt Pro 80 plus gold power supply, or the PSU, which if you're from Portland, that also stands for Portland State University. Mine came with a little stand, and it's adorable, and I love it. Yay. And call me Kevin. Thank you so much for being here, man. Appreciate it. Always.
Bye, Kevin. I hope your mom doesn't leave you.
Whoa.
What?
Hope she does. Kevin.
That is a good one. That was hilarious. If anybody does, if you don't get the joke, please raise your hand in chat.
Dang it.
Home Alone.
Yeah, that was about 10 minutes of processing time.
You said that, I'm like, oh my God.
Jeez. Zach, you pulled these references out from the abyss.
Sorry.
No, it's good.
I need to.
It's good.
No,
I like it. I like it. If it takes a minute, that's a good thing.
I recently watched an interview of Catherine, and she was talking. It was an old interview, and she's talking about a little girl coming up. You left Kevin twice.
Yeah, twice.
You're a bad mom.
She's like, wait till you see 3.
Yeah. So it's like.
Man. Yeah, she's amazing. She was an amazing actress.
Yeah.
Now, okay, I see tons of cords coming out of the PSU. So, Paul, how many different kinds of power supply units are there, and what's the benefit up and down benefit for which ones you're going to explain to us?
So you've got 3 different types of power supplies. You've got non-modular, which is what we're using here. Then you've got fully modular and then semi-modular. So non-modular is best for your budget. You're not losing out on any performance, assuming it's the same wattage and same 80 plus gold efficiency rating. So if you need to save money, go with a non-modular. If you can afford to spend a little bit more, a modular is a great way to do it. Modular, none of the cables are soldered in, so you can just plug in the ones you need, and then you don't have any extras that you have to worry about. You just keep them in a box under the stairs in case you upgrade later and need them. So, yeah.
There you go. Mine's sitting on a shelf over here. Okay. So, Zach, when it comes to putting this together and isolating which power cords you're going to use and which you're not, what's the process? What's the best way to do this and not lose your mind?
Yeah, so every motherboard does require a 24 pin, so we will always be using a 24 pin. Every motherboard also does require a 8-pin CPU cable. So an 8-pin CPU cable is a 4x4 cable, and our VGA cables are also an 8-pin cable, but they are a 6x2 cable. So you cannot cross-contaminate a VGA cable and a CPU cable unless you are doing some forcing. If you're doing some forcing, you're building your machine a little bit wrong. And so essentially what I'm doing now is I'm peeling off the stuff I need, and I am wrapping up the stuff we don't need. This being a red card, I don't need our 12-volt high power cable, so I can wrap this up for later. This is a nice cable to have for future use, just in case we do upgrade our card to a green card later, or we get a red card that has one of these power ports in it, which might be.
Maybe. Who knows? Knowing them, they'll probably do their own version. And then we'll have those on the power supply as well. Yeah. And we'll still have
Source from Croy says, if it doesn't click smoothly, don't force it. You will break things. Murphy's Law says, if it jams, force it. If it breaks, it needed replacing anyways. Oh. Okay. And if you look here, you can see that little X on that right up the midway through the case. That's part of the screen for the Tri-X AIO, which is great. That screen is awesome. It's fun. Okay. So when you're putting in your power supply unit, there are a few things you need to keep in mind.
The fan direction is really where what you want to look at here, because you can install a power supply either way. So the way we're looking at the fan, it's an intake fan. So we've got the fan facing the outside. In this case, has mesh holes cut in where the fan is so it can breathe. So the fan's going to suck air in and spit it out the back. So none of it will go into the main part of the case.
There you go. Nice. And when it comes to cable, now, granted, we haven't been really able to take a look at the cable management yet, but we're getting there. What are some tips and tricks when it comes to... There we go. Now I want to talk about case cables versus power supply cables.
Yeah, so every build does have 3 groups of cables. You will have your case cables, which is going to be the power button, your HD audio button, and some USBs as well. Those will kind of differ per case. And then beyond that, we do have our fan cables, which I do have all plugged into these 2 little fan hubs right there. And what I am working on now is the last group of cables, and this is our power cables. As long as we kind of do each group individually, it makes it a lot easier to manage and maintain. Don't get quite so overwhelmed with a bunch of cables. And it makes troubleshooting easier.
Noble mentions, I like the PSU cubby there a lot. So this is what we've come to call like a 3/4 or a 2/3 case. So notice that unlike, older cases, the motherboard doesn't sit directly on the back of the case. It's sitting midway, which gives us a good access point behind it to install other hardware so that there's not a heat presence. Paul, how does that work, and what are the different ways that it can work?
So having the power supply on the back is great. Having a case set up this way, you're not going to see this power supply. None of these cables you're going to see. They're just going to go through the grommets. You can see Zach's routing the 24-pin power for the motherboard right now. So you'll see very little cables in this, which is nice. And then there's usually room for hard drives. So that's what this is right here. This actually pops out. You can see the holes. They've drilled holes for either two 2.5-inch drives or two 3.5-inch drives.
Yes. Let's see here. Purchase mentions, I have a cubby for where my PSU is too. It's very nice to have. Agreed. And there's different cases of different ways of doing this. Like the 5, what is it?
NV5.
The NV5.
And yeah, the NV5 has a great like little containment area. It's like a little shelf.
PSU
Can't see it.
shroud. Is the
Shroud, there's
technical
the word. Wow. DJ's stroking out on stream. So
That's what we're here for.
you just wish yours wasn't on the bottom, Noble says. On the bottom of the case. As opposed to the top? Okay, we'll get an answer to that one in just a moment. The ones that have it own a little house in the basement. What? Okay, my brain's hurting because we were talking about the remake of Little House on the Prairie earlier today before we started stream. And you're like, Little House. I'm like, oh my God, how is this going to relate to Little House? Not Little House in the Basement.
Little House on the Prairie is good, guys. The new one on Netflix, it's good.
Little House in the
All of
Basement
it.
sounds like the incredible title for an
sounds-
epic horror film.
Yeah, that sounds terrifying.
It's like a Goosebumps R.L. Stein episode.
Oh.
Yeah, right. The little square in the bottom on some. Sorry if I worded it badly. Oh, got it. Yeah. Got the square on the bottom, some of them. So, yeah, that just pulls air up from the bottom and pushes it out the side. There are some, but very few, that actually have their power supply mounted up top.
NV7.
There we go. MV7s.
Don't like it. Very good case. But
It's bonkers.
they get top heavy.
Yeah. Yeah. Those cases are huge to begin with anyways. But they're beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Okay. Now, what Zach is doing is taking out the slip covers for where the graphics card is going to go. There we go. Little slot covers. Because it's a 2-slotter, it's going to go there. Now, there can be up to 4 slotters. Paul?
Sure can. So those tabs that Zach just showed you there's 2 of them. So that's why it's a 2-slotter. 4 would be 2 more. Should be a pretty big card.
We call those beef boys.
Thick.
Beefy. Yeah, there's some thick ones.
Beef.
And from a performance standpoint, do you think it makes that big of a difference?
The bigger cards have bigger coolers on them, so if they're the same model, it's not a big difference. But typically, you're only going to see those 4 slots on like the 5090s and stuff like that. Something that requires an immense amount of cooling. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think you're ever going to find a 4-slot 9070 XT or like.
Oh man, could you imagine a 4-slot 3050? Oh, that'd be so cool.
I mean, that's.
Because it wouldn't
Yeah.
even be like the full 15 lane. It'd just be
Yeah.
an 8.
Wider
And
than it is long.
Yeah, it's literally would like stop right there and
Yeah.
just be down to there.
That'd be fun.
That'd be cool. It's just a
Noble-
passive heatsink, no fan.
Yeah.
First of all, cheers, purchase. We'll see you a little later. And Noble sent me a picture of what he meant by his power supply on the bottom. His power supply is literally in the center on the bottom of the case.
Heck yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it's just there. No shroud, no nothing. Which is wild.
Exposed. Like Harry
Yes.
Potter against Voldemort. I mean, he who must not be named.
In needing those 6 slots that needs a crane to keep it from sagging, yes. Oh, it's in a shroud. The shroud is just has a little window. Gotcha.
It's Tuesday.
Twisted Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday.
I'm going to play Pokemon today.
Oh.
With my kid.
Oh.
We got our Pokemon League.
Nice.
Now
Your
that
team
softball's
Rocket.
over.
Your Team Rocket kid.
Yep, she is Team Rocket. She got a Team Rocket deck.
Proper
Yep.
Poke player.
Yep.
I'm gonna go wander down and get some sushi. Oh no, that's right. Everything's on fire.
Oh no.
There's 100+ degrees here right now.
Just got to deal with it, man.
Yeah.
It's what we do here.
Do you see me? I will explode and burn on fire. Like that's
Your
just
body
a
will get
needed
used to
thing.
it.
I do have a parasol though.
Rub some dirt on it.
All right.
Just walk
So
around
while
with a
these
beer
guys
in
are
your
put,
hand.
there we go. So while these guys are putting this back together, let me take you on a quick little adventure, which is how to get your hands on one of these amazing PCs. And don't forget, Oracle's here for only a limited time, so
Yes,
you want to check it
Saturday.
out. Let's head over to CLXGaming.com. At CLXGaming.com, we try and make it as easy and simple as possible for you to get the PC of your dreams. And we have so many different things you can do. So first of all, size-wise, we've got our compact, small form factor, mid towers, and full towers. And they all come with different features and different advantages. Once you get that selected, you can go ahead and start with your build out. So you get to choose your fans and your lighting there on that first tab. Then your core components. Yeah, light strips, actually really cool. Core components, this is where you're going to get to pick all the other stuff. So you want Intel? We got it. You want AMD? We got that too. We've also got Radeon and NVIDIA. So a little bit about everything there. And you can't screw up choosing one of these because if you do that little green button that just went yellow, yeah, it's not because it's jaundice, it's because there's an error. In this example, it's saying, hey, you've got a graphics card that this power supply is going to be strong enough for. So you need to either choose one of these power supplies if you want that graphics card, or you can have one of these graphics card if you want to keep that power supply. Once you solve it, it goes right back to green. And this tab is wonderful. So you've got many different things to look at. RAM is one of them, but make sure you're taking a look at the tabs that you're on. So with RAM, you've got 5600, 6000, and 6400. So you want to take a look at what the speed it is that you want or need on your system. And then there's decorative things like cable mods, etc., etc., etc. Next up is the Foundry. That's a fun one. Foundry is where we get a little more wild. If you want to do an open loop instead of a closed loop, that's where it starts. You want to upgrade your thermal paste? Yes, we can do that. You want to overclock your CPU? We can do that too. We can also overclock your GPU, or both of them. All up to you. And then finally, we go to our accessories tab, which is a joy. So, first thing on the accessories tab, your peripherals, if you want, is our apparel page. And that's where you can get CLX Gaming t-shirts and hats and ball caps and windbreakers. I always recommend the windbreakers. I've got 2 of them myself, and they're amazing. From here, we've got a little bit of everything. So it's like a one-stop shopping center for PC builders. You've got keyboards. We've got them. We've got them in 10 keyless, like the TKLs, and full size, wired or wireless. Coming over to the mice or mouses. I think it's mice. Again, cabled or not, and then different ways. Some of them have different buttons on the side. And then we have controllers, which is always a joy. Now, controllers is going to be, like you can get an Xbox controller or something like to that effect. But the big key here is the flight controllers. And any of you who are a Star Citizen fan, these things are wonderful on them, and there's options. From there, we've got headphones. Again, wired or wireless, and depends on what you want. Do you want just right, left stereo? Are you looking for surround sound? Are you looking for 7.1 surround sound? It all is worth the research there. Then we've got mics for those of you who are going to become a content creator. Hello. And that is great because we sell Beacon mics and Beacon mix grades. If you've never been there, trust me, they're incredible for your stream. Speakers, monitors, and then all the way down to the very end, we have routers and even chairs. Now, with that being said, that sounds like it's a lot of information. So because of that, we have another section called RTS, or Ready to Ship. And the Ready to Ship section comes in, computers are here in 4 different flavors. You've got entry level, mid-range, high performance, and then ultra high performance, which is going to give you a little bit of an idea about budget range and what you're going to be working with, but also what you're going to get, and kind of give you an idea if you want to build your own, where to start with a blueprint. These have all been built and tested right there at the facility that these two guys are at right now, and they might be looking for a new home, and that home might just be yours. So, with all that said, for all of your future gaming needs, PC gaming needs or otherwise, head on over to clxgaming.com. See what we can do for you. Speaking of, I'll tell you one thing, is we can do another code. It's this dream. It is dream. It's a dream code. NX4W. That is November X-ray for whiskey. That's what you got. Now, oh yes. So this is, there are some new designs that we've got, and we want to show you guys. It is Summerween, which means we've got a total of 3 designs now that are just fantastic. I'm loving it. So yeah, definitely take a look at them. It's gonna be fun. The boys you're gonna be putting one together after, correct?
I've got the panels up here to show them off. Since we built them last Tuesday. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So with that being said, let's take a look and see how the death machine works. Go.
Ooh. The white looks nice. Purple's always a good go-to on this.
Yeah,
on this case
purple's
too.
my go-to on this case. Yeah.
That purple.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That is the key right there, and you can see the Tri-X little screen booting up. Yep, that's the screen right there. It's cool. It looks
this
great.
Screen right here.
Yes, that screen right there.
That we can move to be like that if we wanted to.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Waterfall.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, so many options. So many options. So little time. So you love it when it's lit up? Yeah, me too. This has got to be my favorite case. Just for all of its aesthetics. So with that being said, this show is going to happen in 2 parts. Hold on. My mouth is drying out. All right. This show is going to happen in 2 parts. In just a few, we're going to take a quick break. When you come back, you're going to get to watch Zach build another great PC, and I believe we've got some gaming going on with
this
Paul.
machine. Oh yeah. I'll show you guys a little bit of the testing process while we do that, and then we'll play some games on this. Probably gonna be playing Forza.
Nice. All right, so this show happens every Tuesday and Thursday starting at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 Eastern. On Tuesdays, we're on YouTube, Kick, and Twitch. And on Thursdays, we're exclusively on TikTok, so you don't want to miss those. And if you are looking for codes, then that's where you can find the codes on our channels. You can also find codes possibly in our social media, and that is going to be YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, and Threads at CLX Gaming. You may even find them in our Discord, which is discord.gg/CLX Gaming, with a bunch of other like-minded PC enthusiasts. It's a great place to hang out, and who knows, you may find a code there. You can also find codes on my stream, which is twitch.tv/GGWPDX. And yeah, oh my God, I haven't seen it with all the colors before. It's actually sweet. All right, so with that being said, on behalf of Kyle and Jason in production, and Paul and Zach, I'm DGWPDX. Don't go away. We've got more coming up after the break. We'll be right back.
Bye.
Bye. Woohoo! All right, welcome back, Scooby Gang. Hopefully everybody had a fantastic weekend. It is the Taco Tuesday. We are building some machines. And yeah, and maybe not gaming on something, I don't know. I forgot to do something on that build. Paul's fixing it. He's getting it ready. But thank you guys for hanging out with us today and breaking in the Summerweens. We are going to, thank you so much, Smokey. We are going to have a blast building a customer machine right now. I was looking at all of the orders back there on the racks and I was like, oh man, I don't know what it is about all white 3500X, but they do look pretty good. So I am just getting some cables straightened up because my OCD is just, it gets too overloaded if we've got some kinks in our cables. We don't like that taco time for sure. Dream Weaver, thank you for hanging out with us today.
Isn't that a Beatles song?
Maybe, probably.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, let's do a list reading. What do we got? All right, today we come to you with a Ryzen 7 7800X3D. That's an AM5 processor. We are going to be cooling that with that 360 liquid cooler. That does have RGB in it. We have this beautiful ASRock X870 Pro motherboard. This is a very nice motherboard. We've got lots of NVMe spots. We do have built-on Wi-Fi, so pretty much like a good board to get you in on some great gaming. A grand total of 32 gigabits of 6,000 megahertz of DDR5 NVMe. DDR5 memory modulars. Our NVMe drive is a 2 terabyte NV3 from the Kingston guys. 2 terabytes is going to be a perfect operating drive and have a couple extra games to play around. This is the Zotac 5070. This is a 12 gigabyte card. Very pretty looking. I like the bronze. Paul and I call it brass bronze.
Come on, baby.
Our case today is that IQ 3500X in white. We also do offer it in black as well. We are cooling this off with white Aeolus M2 fans, and a 1,000-watt power supply is going to be the power. How do you know how much power do you need? If you go into the Google and you Google a power supply calculator, the two big things it's going to want installed is your processor, what CPU are you playing with, and your GPU, what graphics card are we playing with. This is going to be our base determiner for our Katinka power supply. We always recommend to do about a 20% overload, so you get a little bit of future proofing and don't have a bottleneck of your power supply. That'd be, the worst thing to do to your build. But we've got our motherboard here. Does not matter if we're playing with a blue chip or a red chip. Red chip is going to be AMD, blue chip's going to be Intel. They all have this little triangle somewhere around the corners. On one of these corners is going to be a nice gold triangle. On one of the corners of our motherboard, silk screened on the board, is going to be a triangle. As long as our chip matches our socket type, they will fit perfectly. The scary part is over. Heat distribution devices. They come in all shapes and sizes. You can do a heat sink. You can do an AIO. You can do an open loop. There are 3 different genres to pick and choose from. Go for it. Okay, I'm leaving the call because, I don't need to be in the call. Does that make sense?
I forgot I was in the call.
I know. I was like, why do I still have my headset on? This is weird. Okay, there we go. Everybody's out of the call because we're all standing in the same room. All right. Yeah. Sorry, Ivory. You can talk to us in chat. Ivory might give us a code for all of us leaving our headset chat. Oh, he might not. He might not have heard that. But yes, you want to read what equipment goes down and install the proper hardware. There are lots of Intel chips out there on the market, so you want to be sure that you utilize the right hardware for that. AMD, there's kind of only 2, so it's a little bit easier, but still don't want to make a mistake and install wrong and possibly cause some damage. Now, you saw me put on a good amount of thermal paste there. That is a decent amount. You can take a nice little spatula like we have here, and you can do the nice little flatten it about, and look at that. It like covers the entire processor, and we didn't even put that much down. Boop. See that? That's what thermal paste does. Not a lot, goes a little bit of ways. If you add excess, you can cause some damage, but it's like you're emptying a lot of thermal paste onto there and having it splooge out. You don't want that. Don't need that happening. All right. Again, making sure that all of our retention kits are for the equipment needed. And there's one side down.
The socket looks good.
Yeah? Dang.
I don't know. I don't know. We'll try in the end though, maybe reseating it did something.
All right. So now we have our heat distribution source ready to install. We've got our thermal paste down. If our thermal paste was over here on our copper plate, that would be fine. We don't need to wipe that off and apply some fresh stuff. The only time we'd really wipe off and reapply is if we're cracking this open like 2 or 3 years later after building it. That would be a good time to kind of maybe do some upgrade or just putting some fresh thermal paste on. But if we're let's say we're troubleshooting this and we just for some reason we're wanting to reset the processor, we can undo this, undo the latch, and pull the proc out and reset it down and relatch it. We don't need to wipe anything off as long as we're just closing it right back up. But we just want to make sure that no contaminants get on there. Big dust particles, big hairballs, stuff like that. But if you're just opening it and closing it like, oh, did I remember to put thermal paste on? Maybe there was a little sticker on the bottom of that thing that I forgot to peel off. You can pop on, throw it right back down, you'll be fine. Unless all of the thermal paste just leaves
with the sticker that you accidentally left on. But I have left the sticker on accident, and it has never peeled off all of the thermal paste. I just use that as an excuse of, yeah, I just want to make sure that it, you know, spread around everywhere. It always does. All right, memory modulars come in lots of different shapes and sizes. Today we are on the DDR5. That means there have been 4 other Dance Dance Revolutions before this one. What is the difference of memory modulars? Essentially, it is the size and the speed. The speed is going to allow them to operate faster, and the size is going to allow you to have more open. I don't know. I hope that was right. Katinka. NVMe locked in. This went this way, yep. Beam bop boom bop beam bop bam. Right, the giveaway. Get some codes. Okay. And what else do we have? I believe that's it. That's kind of everything. So we really like building. Our fans are already pre-installed on our liquid cooler, on our radiator. We like building as much on our board as we can. Yes, you can build your whole computer by opening up your PC case, and the first thing you do is install your motherboard with nothing attached to it. That is doable. It does make building the board a little bit more confined, because you have the walls of the case enclosing you into this is your building zone. Whereas with this, I can pick this up, I can throw these cables wherever I need them to, and everything just is very easy to get a hold of. If I come across a little problem or issue, I can easily address it without having to dig around. Our case of choice is this beautiful white build right here. Probably one of my all-time teardown cases, because as you can see, I peeled all 4 walls off without undoing a single screw. I am a big fan of just the pressure pads. They, you know, might not be the most secure when you're rolling it over a bumpy surface, but for working on a system, getting into it, it is very nice to not have to undo screws, especially screws that like completely come off of out of the metal, and then you're like, oh man, if I set this down, I might lose it, and then we're going to be in a big world of trouble style. So, you know, I do enjoy this case a lot. I'm going to say that a couple times because you can just make it look so clean from the get-go. I go one step above and beyond on this case. 6 screws is not too many to make it look the way you want it. Okay, so now you guys see that? That is the cable. These are the case cables right here. I have the case cables for the 3500 in my hand. It screws into the case with 3 screws, and then it screws unscrews the back door with 3 more screws as well. But by doing this, I can like super hone in. Did we get it going, Paul?
No, we'll have to
Balls!
take it to the shop.
Oh man, okay. But we can get all of, so this is what I've done. I've unscrewed our whole unit here. I can flatten my cables out. I can get all of the kinks and bends out of them. This does have, I'll go over what 4 cables, because essentially we've got 4 cables. There is our front panel cable there. There is a Type-C cable there. There is a Type 3 cable there, and there is our HD audio there. If we lay these out in a Pacific way, add a zip tie right here, we can make this fold down beautifully. Now, is this required? No. This is not a requirement. Does it make your machine look that much cleaner? Yes. Who's going to notice it and see it? Absolutely nobody. Unless you point it out to them. Look at how clean that cable tie-up is. Bet your machine's not that clean. Oh, you got a bigger graphics card than me? Yeah, but your machine looks like poop because you don't know how to tie up. Again, if you guys were at DreamCon, you heard my PSA then. You've heard me say it a couple times now. Ladies, if a guy tries to flex on you with his computer, don't let it happen unless he's got a good tie-up job. Maybe one day. There we go. Ka-tink. It's the name of the helicopter, and I remembered this time. It's the name of the helicopter in Stranger Things, if you guys didn't know. Okay, bam, that looks good. So now we're going to reattach to the case. Again, like I said, not a requirement. Yes, sorcerer, I did. You know what? I came home immediately and went and got this from my boss. You want to know what this is? This is 45 grams worth of thermal paste. Oh yeah, that's going right there. Definitely would not make it through TSA with that much amount of random liquids on me. But, you know, I also knew I wouldn't make it through TSA with that many zip ties on me. And that's why I made a little special bag. And I knew that I needed thermal paste. I just, legitimately, the way my brain works is I was up here getting equipment and supplies and stuff, and I was like, okay, I need to get thermal paste when I get to the back. You want to know what I did when I got to the back? I probably made myself a cup of water and went to the bathroom and completely forgot that I also needed thermal paste. That's what happened. I guarantee. Because I will, at the top of the stairs when I'm going down at home, I'll be like, I need to do this when I get to the bottom of the stairs. By the time I get to the bottom of the stairs, I'm thinking about balloons. I'm thinking about Kool-Aid. I'm thinking about fishing. And I have 100% completely forgotten that I was gonna, you know, take the trash out or restock the toilet paper at the house. I don't know. I'm sure there are other people out there like that. If I'm the only one, I need to be studied. And I'm fairly certain I married another one like me. We get along real well. I'm her remember-all. I don't have a rememberall. I'm just in it for the ride. Where are we at the end of the day? Sounds great. Okay. Okay, hold on, bear with me. I've got 3 more zip ties, and then I'll be done with my case, and I'll spin it around before I cut so you can see a little alien I've made. Been there, done that. Hey, do that thermal paste expired at some point. Like I have some over here. It's been like 15 years. Dude, right? Okay, so as far as thermal paste expiring, not really. It just might not cool as effectively as the fresh stuff, you know, like the fresh formula of that from 15 years ago. Also, technology changes like freaking every year. So the thermal paste that you have that's 15 years old is probably going to be great for a 15-year-old processor. For a 2026 processor that like sits at 90 Cs, you know, I leave that up to you. I leave that up to you. Okay. And bam! There's all of our case cables. That is what a tied up case looks like. Well, just tied up case cables looks like. All right, we do have an ASRock motherboard. What's ASRock have? A 7th and 10th standoff. Because graphics cards are so big and heavy in today's society, they're like, yeah, we're gonna do this. We're not gonna say nothing to nobody other than, we know what we've done. We did good. I think opening up the fridge door and not remembering why you opened it is you're opening it up hoping that some new food has reappeared. You're like, did mom go restock the refrigerator? Oh wait, I am mom here. Dang it! You know, something like that. All right. Yeah. I try to stock the fridge once a week with some beers so that I can just go home and relax and maybe, oh, are we grilling out tonight? We are grilling out tonight. We're doing brats tonight. Yeah! Nothing's more fun than, ooh, it's gonna be hot. Ooh. We're gonna be going home, drinking some beers and grilling brats, and let's see how hot it is right now. Katinka. All right, we're taking requests. I'm not taking requests. What do you guys believe that? What do you believe the temperature is today in Kansas? You get 5 points to Gryffindor if you guess the temperature, and you get 20 points to Slytherin if you guess the feels like, because apparently they're two different numbers. I don't understand the, hey, it's going to be 95 degrees out, but it's going to feel like 412. Bro, Sorcerer, you're way off. You're way off, buddy. Look at that. I know you can't read it that well. Give me a second. Look at that. 105. And we still have more temperature to get up to. How? How do we have 2 more degrees to get up to, but Oh wait. And then here's the Here's the real fun. Let's not look at next Sunday and Monday. It's 104. All right. Sorcerer, do you have a big enough warehouse for all of us? We're moving to you. Oh man, 77. I know lots of people that would be real happy with 77 degrees right now. Oh yeah. Dude, you have your Scarecrow, you have your house set to 68? Bro. Dang, that's freezing cold. That's said by me, Salmonella boy. My superpower is I don't have an internal temperature, so I cannot maintain an internal temperature. So if it's cold, I get cold. If it's hot, I get hot. I don't know how to change that. Maybe I have to pet another iguana and get salmonella poisoning again, and then it will, reverse the effects from the first time. I wonder if that is true. Let's not figure that out, though. We don't need a door no more this year. Yeah. Scarecrow's big boned. Yeah. No, I get home in the evenings and the wife has the house set to 71 and the fans are all turned on and I go and crawl underneath a blanket because the fans make me too cold and then the blanket makes me too hot. So then I'm sitting there like getting up and out of the blanket and then getting cold again, and yeah. I wish it was radioactive. No, that would have been better. A radioactive salamander would have been better. That would have been cool because that would have been Godzilla, because it was an iguana that I got the salmonella poisoning from. Radioactive iguana, i.e. Godzilla. Oh, see, that's we didn't cut nothing. You guys did not tell me I did not cut any of my zip ties off already. Or let's do that. Let's see how many zip ties. Hayden used to do that game. I feel like Hayden's tie-ups were a lot stricter than mine. Hayden liked bundling everything together. That hurt my brain. All right, there we go. Ooh. But can you do what I'd like you to? There we go. Cut your zip ties. And then remelt them down. Oh man. I would do that. Just have a zip tie press and all of these little trimmings just at the end of the week. I just melt them down, and over the weekend I'm just remaking my zip ties. Look at that. All that plastic waste. 3D printer. My mom, she was a teacher way back in the day, and she was actually like one of the first teachers in their school district to like get a 3D printer, and it was her job to learn how it was done and show it off to all of the other teachers so that they could use it in their classroom. And I remember she brought it home for like spring break. I don't think she enjoyed the Gen 1 printing because she made like a key ring, and it like took her like 2 days. I don't know, or 12 hours. I don't know. It was one of those ridiculous, like something this small takes a long time to do. You know, Gen 1, it's gonna be slow. I don't think they they got any because of how slow it was taking. Now my cousin, oh, I went down to my cousin's for 4th of July. Oh man. My cousins live in Arkansas. Not saying they are hillbilly, but you know, they're ranching, they're farming people. And my cousin picked himself up a 3D printer off of one of their neighbors. And he said when he gets it working, he's going to be printing stuff for the farm. So he's a pretty smart dude. I imagine it'll be working by the end of the year. And they'll be having lots of stuff printed out at the farm, which would be fun going to. Can't do 3D print. Yeah, right? See, and that's where like I would make 3D printing like my job, because I would just print out little minifigures, and then all of a sudden I would just have a little minifig store, and that's all I'm selling is minifigs. You know, custom D&D characters for everybody, for people like Paul who just wants to, you know, paint them. Not necessarily maybe have to sit there and glue them together. Scarecrow needs more cameras, though. That's what you need. I bet there's one he's looking at. Don't you think, Jason? What? A camera that Scarecrow's looking at? I bet you're looking at a camera. You want those cameras that we were playing with down in Houston. Those were kind of big. Yeah, the little R2D2 ones. Compared to like the Ozbot that I've got back there. Yeah.
Easier on the phone.
See, it just sounds like you need more toys, Scarecrow. That's all I'm seeing. Gotta get them all, like the Pokemons. That's what I'm currently doing. I'm currently caching them all and shield. I think I might get Sword. Get myself a Switch Lite and get Sword so I can trade with my wife.
You've got the A6700.
Yeah.
Last year. I want the FX3.
More lenses. I was thinking about maybe busting mine because I emptied my Pelican case for when we flew down to Houston. And so I was pulling out all my camera equipment. I was like, man, I wonder if these batteries still have any weight behind them or if they're just completely trashed by now. I'd imagine they're trashed. I don't know how long camera batteries last anymore. Yep. That's essentially what I'm wanting to do is, get a Switch for me so that I can trade with my wife and my account that's on her Switch and then start a new game. Right now, I'm just making eggs. Do I know what's in the egg? No. Do I care what's in the egg? No. Am I just wanting to create as many eggs as I can? Yes. Why? So that when I do finally get my Switch and my copy of Sword, I just start off with just eggs. And whatever pops out of them is who I get to play. You gotta have some good ways to play the game. That seems like a pretty good one. Just random eggs. Mainly because I've never played a Pokemon game before, and I feel like I did dirty on my first playthrough of Shield. Because I literally was out in the wild area and like leveled I had my dude like 20 levels higher than all of the gym leaders. Like, I was going in pretty well equipped. I'm not saying it's cheating, but you know, we can make it a little bit harder. Can't use a Pokemon once it faints. Have to release them back into the wild. Can only use one type of Pokemon. It's Magikarp. Yeah. Dude, if it's Magikarp, Gyarados. Ooh. Gyarados is coming out. And I feel like this Pokemon, like I'm able to be in this world because it's not super crazy. I just feel like some of the Pokemon, I don't know if it's now or if it's like Scarlet Violet or whenever they started going crazy on the Pokemon, but they started making some crazy Pokemon. Oh man, Scarecrow. Do you know of the little Pokeball controller that like can hold, that you can use for the Switch? Because Bridget has one, and when you have one brand new, inside of the Pokeball is a Mew, and you can transfer that Mew to any of your Pokemon, like Let's Go Eevee or Let's Go Pikachu games. Apparently that Pokeball with a non-used Mew inside it is over $400 now. Because I was like, I'll get me one, because I want one. Yeah, she looked it up because she was like, oh yeah, let's get you one. That'd be fine. $400? Yeah, that's because the Mew, as soon as you pull them out of there, you can't put them back. Thinking. I'm just confused as to why we don't have any Pokedex. I got this device right here. Why can't I have a Pokedex? Why not? Why not? We are in the year 2026. We have the technology. I was even talking about this to my wife the other day. They could release like little minifigs in Pokeballs and literally do like what World of Warcraft has been doing on like timeline releasing it. Everybody would be buying Pokeballs to collect all 151. And then a year or two later, Gen 2 comes out. Year or two later, Gen 3 comes out. This is what we need 3D printers for. Just people need to be printing off Pokemon. And then just, oh man, and then just as they're driving down the road, just be yeeting them at people. And they're like, bam, someone gets hit in the kidney, just takes a shot to the kidney, and they're like, ah, no, and they turn over and pick it up, and then bam, a Charizard pops out of a little teeny Pokeball. And they're like, oh, this is the coolest. Yeah, just imagine like a water balloon, but it's a Pokeball. Surely there's going to be like somebody who's like, I need a company idea, that's watching us, and they're like, that's brilliant. You can take it. You can take it. Yep. Yep. That would be me just frickin' beaming people just for the fun of it. Six o'clock news comes on and be like, we know you guys have heard about LARPers, but the new trend, it wouldn't even be a TikTok trend, it'd just be the real world. Okay. And our last but not least thing to do is power supply. Power supplies come in all shapes and sizes. Like I said earlier, Google a power supply calculator if you are building your machine and you're struggling with how much wattage to get. A power supply calculator is going to tell you everything you need to know. Okay, we have with us today a green card. Yes. Nothing down there, just you. All right, we got 4 cables going in this bad boy. How do you know what cables to install? Every motherboard, here we go. Every motherboard does require a 24 pin. Every motherboard does require a CPU. Every graphics card does require a cable, a VGA cable of some kind. And our fan hub requires SATA. Yes, I know I've been doing this for a long time, so this does come very easy on what cables and where they're located. But if we do like a discount double check as we're building our motherboard externally, as long as we're just eyeballing that, we can see where stuff is needing to be plugged in. That is very nice and helpful. I usually, when I get a brand new motherboard, I'll hang on to that little manual, crack that open. Sometimes there's these beautiful little diagrams that show where everything is on the motherboard. That's very helpful. Other times there are diagrams that show which memory modular bays to populate first, because we might be playing on a Threadripper motherboard, or we might be playing on an Intel Extreme motherboard. Those chipsets have more than 4 memory modulars. I know the new Threadrippers only have 4, but the old ones had more than 4. So you always want to double check where memory goes. Because the layout of that was also kind of wonky-ponky. And so making sure that you had it plugged in properly so that everything's reading is very important. Okay, now like a little earlier in this episode when I was playing around with that non-modular power supply, and I was just bundling up the excess, I wanted to make sure that I had it plugged in properly so that everything's reading is very important. Okay, now like a little earlier in this episode when I was playing around with that non-modular power supply, and I was just bundling up the excess, I wanted to make sure that I had it plugged in properly so that everything's reading is very important. Okay, now like a little earlier in this episode when I was playing around with that non-modular power supply, and I was just bundling up This one, you only have what you are plugging in. These are a very nice power supply. The one thing I highly recommend doing when you do get one of these power supplies, you will have all of these extra cables. To you, these cables are pointless right now. But let's say we go ahead and install an 8 terabyte hard drive in the future so that we can have all of our Steam games. Having some extra SATAs in there to make sure that we have all that power for that would be superb. Let's also say 3 years down the road, we go to upgrade this graphics card. Well, this graphics card is a green card, so we do have that green port. Let's say that it goes back to the classic 6-pin, 6x2, 8-pin VGA cables. We've got extras right here. So making sure that you keep these in a nice spot that won't get lost is very nice. When you do purchase from us, we do send a nice little baggie with all of the extra accoutrement that goes with the build. Keeping that little baggie around is very nice. But you know, if you don't want to, you don't have to. I have lost out on a couple of computer equipments because of just stuff like that. Misplacing cables or fans or hubs to fans or power cables to hubs. You know, it kind of sucks when you have these aftermarket fans that plug into an aftermarket hub, and that aftermarket hub has a aftermarket cable that is missing from it as well. You know. So having a designated section of, hey, all of my computer equipment goes right here might be a good thing to have sat off to the side. I lost most of my computer tech, extra tech to a flood. It's not fun. Katinka. What's up, Crushed Lancer? Thank you. We do have some fancy looking cases. I do like them a lot. Boom. Beam, bop, bam. And let's do some zip ties. I'm almost out of zip ties here. All right, just in case you guys did not know, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is leaving Netflix at the end of the month, so you guys need to catch up to me. We're pretty far in it. If you guys watch my show in the back, you've probably seen a side glance of it every once in a while. There we go. Come on, big money, big money, big money. There we go. Okay, and we are about done tying up our power cables. Make sure they are all dotted together. Okay, also, some high-end motherboards might have extra VGA ports on the motherboard. And you're like, oh man, I thought VGA ports was for the graphics card. That you are. You are correct. Some motherboards allow a feature of overclocking. And in that overclock feature, it requires extra power. So, on some motherboards, if you will be overclocking, go ahead and read that manual and make sure that you don't need to add any extra power so that you can overclock things. Again, that's not on every motherboard. It's kind of like a high-end feature. But it is definitely something to keep in mind if you are going to be overclocking and you're going to be overclocking a specific graphics card. That might be worth doing a little bit of research so that you know what you might be getting into beforehand. And our last cable. Just like that, we're done building a PC. Again, I've been doing this for a couple years, so this goes very smooth for me. Ow, golly. That done did rip my pinky fingernail off. Whew. I'll wake you up in the morning. Okay, we're gonna get this done so we can take care of that. Golly. Okay. Katinka. And I got the squeeze. All right, here at the CLX Gaming, we do something for 12 hours that not a lot of other game testers do. But for 12 hours, this machine gets Prime 95, firm marked, test bench marked, all of the fun stuff. We offer overclocking on our graphics cards and our processors. If you want that done, we do that. But for 12 hours, everything on here gets scrutinized to make sure that it is running at optimal performance, so that when we ship it to you, you're going to get a already updated, already Windows installed, no bloatware, no malware, no crap that's not needed that's going to make your machine run slow. You're just getting a gaming rig. Katinka, that looks like that. What else do you get from that purchase? Well, thank you for listening, and let me tell you, everything. You get us for life. As long as you own a CLX machine, that machine can come from the Craig's Place, the Facebook Marketplace. You could win one in a giveaway. You could purchase one off the TikTok shop. You could call in and talk to Bill. Any way you get a CLX machine, you get us for life. What's that mean? That means 5 years down the road, this customer can hit us up and be like, yo, my system's running great, but my memory modulars are a little slow. What can I do to make it better? We can help you out. What else do you get? Let's say some parts go wrong. We've done some 12-hour testing, but you know, some stuff can still fail after 6 months of gaming. So let's say 6 months of gaming goes by and something shorts out on you. You hit us up, you have a year for parts. If you want longer than a year, we've got 2 years. We also have 3 years. You'll need to talk with the sales guy to figure out what level you're wanting. What else we got? Man, I just think getting us for life and unlimited tech support and customer support is great. Yeah, if you get like an open loop, you know, open loops are those big, cool, sexy looking machines that have all the fluid and the tubes run around in them. Those are kind of recommended to put fresh fluid in it. We have a customer here, I call it the portal machine, because the first time I saw it, it was blue and orange fluid. And every year this customer sends it in and has fresh fluid put in it. They do nothing, they've got a package that they packaged it all up, all of the foam and everything. They know how to do it. They've done it a couple times already, and ship it back. But that is stuff that we do for our machines. So if you want a little bit more extra loving and security with your machine, you know, CLX is definitely a good way to go. You know, if you're just wanting a machine, TikTok shop. TikTok shop. I know we're not on TikTok shop today, but I'm getting ready for Thursday. I'm thirsty about it. All right, Scooby Gang, I'm going to catch you later. You have a fantastic week. Don't forget, clxgaming.com is where all of the cool things happen at. We do have a giveaway going on right now, so be sure to try and get as many codes. Thank you so much, Jeff, for, oh man, you got that sweet NASA badge. I want to work with Nicole on making a little CLX badge, because I think that would be kind of cool if whenever we have like Star Citizen or who else is there? Some other people on, that'd be pretty cool. A CLX one, like with Triac, yeah, you know, we'll get there. But thank you guys so much. I will catch you later, Scooby Gang. Bye.